Anyways, hello chat. Welcome to stream. Welcome to Sunday. I'm Lord Rexworth. This is my collab partner next to me. This little cutie here is Inataki. But actually, you've changed your handle recently, I noticed, over on X. Hina Amatsuki. Yeah. So, the artist formerly known as Inataki. Going to be partaking of a rather American game, as it were. Hina's been on a bit of a kick with simulators these days. And noticed that we both have, in our libraries, a little game called American Truck Simulator. So, a lovely neon cyberpunk cute anime girl and then an English nobleman are going to become American lorry drivers for the day. What could possibly go wrong, am I right? It's just a small loan of $1 million. It's a small loan, very small. Other people had bigger loans. I just needed $1 million. You know, because at the time, that was huge.
That's a lot of money for a truck.
I mean, there are some deluxe sleeper cabs out there that very easily go for $500,000. And that's not even new. And we wanted to start off somewhere in Arkansas, yeah?
It's pronounced Arkansas.
Yeah, now you're talking. Overhead view. That's more like it. Overhead view. Nice. Oh, there you are. Ah, I see you switched from the Mac over to the Volvo. Mine's a bit bland, but, you know, we'll work on that. Yes, indeed. Bass, dope, super lit. That's our Hina. For the record, chat, I actually do hold a commercial driving license. So, these sorts of trucks are part of my daily life and quite familiar with their operation. But, yeah, it's a bit different when you're in the seat of a lorry versus having to control one in a simulator with a Xbox game controller. A fairly accurate representation of what it looks like to drive through parts of rural Arkansas. Not a bad place to be stationed if you're, you know, in a trucking job.
Have you ever seen the mainland U.S.?
Oh, you haven't? Sounds like you're due for a holiday.
I've barely seen anything in Canada yet either.
You are definitely
for traveling ever since moving.
Yeah. You are definitely overdue for a holiday. We've got a shortage of skilled HGV drivers in Europe. If they could just implement game controllers into the steering mechanics of modern trucks, we could employ people like Hina. Well, you know, Elon Musk is actually doing something with a new all-electric lorry that he's developing through Tesla. That's quite impressive. They've changed up the way the cockpit is set up, where it's, I think it's almost like a 3-seater, where the driver is square in the center of the cockpit, and I think you've got 2 passenger seats behind him. It's a lot of drivers who've tried it out said they actually prefer that sort of setup. Yes, long before I actually got my CDL, trying out the Euro Truck Simulator. Shows you how well I did, chat. I completely overturned my lorry and crashed it. That was what cemented your decision to become a lorry driver. No. I just really needed a change from my corpo-borpo job that I was working at the time and needed to clear my head and get out and see the world a bit and, you know, just be in something where I wasn't constantly being hovered over by HR Kerens. Used to watch Ice Road truckers. Even the worst case scenarios they found themselves in still seemed preferable to sitting through an office boardroom meeting. How much signal do I need to cut across 8 lanes? At some point it becomes more of a matter of prayer. Move, you idiot! Wow, they even built in sheer and mitigated stupidity of certain drivers. This really is a realistic simulator. That's one of the things I've really come to admire about the Freightliner Cascadias is that they've got really, really powerful aircon and heaters.
Oh.
Like, even in the middle of summer, you have that thing going full blast, it will freeze you out. What you've seen here is pretty standard fare for American lorry drivers. A lot of them just pull into these oversized lots where you can park a truck and trailer. Some of them have, like what you see over here, RV and caravan hookups. But yeah, usually oversized petrol stations where you got the cars that can fuel up there, and over behind that, near that shop, is the diesel pumps for the lorries. There's usually popular fast food restaurant of some kind that you can grab something to eat, and there's showers and lounge and laundry facilities so that lorry drivers can do their usual maintenance and care for themselves and their things whilst on the road. Some have sleeping cabins, they do. What I'm driving here is what's known as a day cab. So no sleeping compartment behind the driver and passenger seats. But yes, many of these are built with what's known as sleeper berths, which is usually has room for 1 or 2 twin-size mattresses in either single or bunk bed setting. There's usually space for a mini fridge, microwave. Some have antennas and you can hook up a small flat screen television set. And we will try as best we can to back it into a spot on the map. Backing is probably one of the biggest challenges you would encounter as a lorry driver, chat. It usually takes...
that's why I don't do parking.
Right.
I suck at it. I do the medium parking.
Yeah, you can do easy, medium, or hard mode with these. With the real thing, chat... Oh shit, I'm about to hit something. Usually takes you about at least 6 months to really get good. And even then... What?
Oh, what happened?
Nearly crashed into something.
Oh.
Yeah, even then, it's still an art form and you're going to be working on it for a long time. Me, I guess I'm just being a glutton for punishment. Another thing to make sure you don't do, chat, don't jackknife your rig. Will I be eligible for my Class A license after watching this stream? Probably should have chosen medium instead of hard mode. But no, I just had to show off, didn't I? Oh well. I'm backing up over 2 level crossings.
Yeah, I don't have skills for that kind of parking. Basic car, sure, but not a trailer. I don't understand trailer.
It definitely takes practice. Took us at least a week in driving school to try and get this right. And even then, I mean, you think this is challenging, chat? On state examinations, they make you parallel park one of these things. I have yet to have to parallel park a lorry for anything. But it's not done. Mainly because it's not really all that safe.
I can imagine trying to park that sideways.
Yeah. Having to back it in slowly to parking space. Oh, finally. This is not properly parked, by the way, chat. Understatement of the century, do not jackknife. Watched it happen in real time when I was in the military. Not a pleasant thing. Dealt with it, but that was ages ago. Yeah, it's not pleasant to deal with. And drop and hook, chat, refers to preloaded cargo, which is kind of the preferred sort of cargo for a lot of drivers. Where...
Oh, I don't have a license for that.
Oh, you don't have your hazmat endorsement?
No.
Oh dear. Okay. Why don't we select something else then? Yes, top tip for anyone wanting to do this long term. Get your hazmat and tanker endorsements, chat. Greater choice of jobs and also the opportunity to make a lot more money because hazmat and tanker jobs pay really well. And this that we're holding, chat, is what's known as flatbeds. I'll leave it to you to figure out why they call them that. should be fairly obvious. Types of loads that need to be strapped down. In some conditions, they need to have large, heavy tarps draped over them. Of all the types of jobs out there in the world of lorry driving, flatbed is probably the more physically demanding. And if you're not careful, you actually can break your back hauling this type of cargo, which for me is why I never did it, because I don't think there's any company out there that's ever going to be worth breaking your back over, especially with how little so many trucking companies pay the people. Then again, you could pay me $1 million a year and I still wouldn't break my back for you, because there's just no substitute for money can't buy good health. Yeah, hazmat and tanker endorsements, that's where you really start making the good money. That's where you start getting into, especially once you get a year or two of experience. Yeah, that's when we start talking about six-figure trucking salaries. Really not a bad way to make a living. Oh, you just breezed right through it. Wouldn't let me out.
邮差咧四人就要考試之名，自動機我非有半後悔。
There it goes. Huh. Strange. I guess they were insistent upon gentlemen's rules, ladies first. And they're just like, no, you're not a cute anime girl, we're not letting you out. Bleh. Such is the story of my life. I don't get no respect, no regard at all. Those that have their passport can damn near triple their money because of how that opens the doors for international hauls. Yes. Quite common these days to see both Mexican and Canadian rigs and companies that have all three of the North American flags on them for cargo haulers operating from as far north as places like British Columbia all the way down into Nuevo Laredo and other major cities in Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're willing to go, if you've got a valid passport, especially if you're on the American side of things, where we've still got visa-free travel between Mexico and Canada, and you're willing to do those incredibly long hauls, there's good money to be made.
Yeah, I can't wait till the end. British Columbia to the game. Because they announced it. The start of the end.
Oh, that's right. They have been working on expanding into Canada. Do they have a Mexico DLC yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Maybe we'll get to that soon enough. The good news is, chat, if you want to get your CDL and become a lorry driver, you can. The bad news is, just about anyone with a pulse, if they can pass a driving test and speak, read, and write English, they can get a CDL. That's not always a good thing. Hands over blinkers. Yes, definitely use your turn signals, chat. Don't be like me in game and just act like you can't be bothered. There's a few really good channels on YouTube that I do video reacts to that they stay at a wide variety of different hotels. Two in particular that I'm quite fond of. Sukiyaki Travel Japan and Travel Geek. And if you're looking for something like that provides sort of a first-person view of what it's like to stay in a Japanese hotel, experience some of the touristy sites in Japan, all of it filmed from the first-person view perspective, with no commentary audible on stream or on the video. It's all done via subtitles. Okay. Everything from luxury hotels to business class hotels to ryokans and, cozy inns and small towns. Even some rather unique places too. Like there was one in particular that that just went live on the YouTube channel not too long ago. It's in a fairly remote part of Japan, but they have converted an old train station into the sort of Airbnb style accommodation. Only 2 hotel rooms there, but if you're a train otaku or Japanese train enthusiast, it's almost like it's a nice little pilgrimage, and it's not too expensive either. I think the nightly rate was somewhere on the low end of $50, maybe as high as $100 a night. though I don't think it was that high. It was roughly around $50, maybe just a little bit more than that per night. It was really not bad for the Japanese countryside and a unique stay like that.
Yeah, overnight trains are nice, and also overnight drives are nice too.
Yes. Yeah, if you get
Because
a
you can go
chance.
to you go long distances, and you don't feel that because you're sleeping.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a place to rest because I'm in the red again.
Yeah, I should probably go
But
back
there's
to the
nothing
driver's
here.
seat.
Yeah, no, this is their personal garage you can buy. That's why there's a bed. You have to buy the garage to sleep here.
Well, I don't want to buy a garage.
That's why
I just want to
I came
sleep.
here.
Yeah, anybody out there that is struggling right now to find gainful employment or not really sure what they want to do as far as a career goes, it never hurts to have a commercial driving license in your back pocket, even if only as a form of insurance, in case whatever plan A is for you kind of goes wrong. You're going to make an absolute pittance in your first year or two as a driver, but it's still just enough that you can live off of, as long as you keep your expenses low, don't overindulge in anything, and if you can build up experience and keep yourself out of trouble and not crash into anything, after about a year or two, you get a lot more options available to you. The key is surviving that first year or two, because close to 90% of drivers quit the business up before the first year's up. It's honest work. It is the sort of thing that you're hauling a lot of items, some of them more critical than others, keep the economy moving, even though oftentimes people don't give you anywhere near the level of appreciation you deserve. But it's still really important work. And, as I said, honest work too. The lead singer of the pop-punk band Simple Plan used to be a truck driver. He'd come up with songs in his head on the drives, then stop at a gas station and call his bandmates to hum tunes he came up with down the phone at them. I didn't know that.
Oh wow, that's
Pretty,
cool.
yeah, that's pretty cool. And of course, in the age of AI songwriting, you've got apps and tools on your smartphone that you can jot some of those things down, do a voice recording, sometimes even do it into something like Suno, and you can compose a hit song whilst on the road. Almost sounds like you're speaking from experience. Well, I do hold a CDL, and I have done some driving. So yeah, I suppose you could say I do speak from experience. Goodness gracious. Oh, that was a train. I was like, who is honking their horn so aggressively? A good reason for that. There's a train coming by.
I hit a pickup truck.
You hit a pickup truck.
This one is
Wouldn't have happened if it wasn't in the way. Can't seem to figure out how to turn off my hazard lights. Rex, you're too much of a road hazard to be turning off your hazard lights. Shut up! Rex just plowing through obstacles like the T-1000. I didn't mean to! Please be gentle with my bottom inspector, son. Anime landlordy driver, probably. Roads explored. Plus 1.5%. Gained nearly 2,000 XP. And we're in the red by nearly 20 grand. So, how hard can it be? Very hard. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you have any thoughts, questions, or ideas for future videos, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. You can also follow me on Twitter @LordRexworth for more updates and behind-the-scenes content. And if you want to support the channel, check out my Coffee or Throne pages. Links are in the description. Finally, be sure to visit LordRexworth.com and follow me across all platforms. That's LordRexworth.com. Until next time, I wish you all the best, and God bless.